What's up, everybody? It's your man right here, the one, the only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster, one of the original Road Warlords, and as always, bringing you the knowledge and dropping the science in this industry of what we call trucking, okay? I'm doing this particular video about the article that's inside the Trucker newspaper. That is the free publication that is in most TA truck stops. Like I said, pick it up. It always have information regarding what's going on inside the trucking industry, you know. And so this particular article is dealing with the FMCSA release data showing electronic login device compliance nearly universal. Hours of service violations declining. You know, what do you expect? So anyway, this is the July 15th through 31st, 2018. And let's go ahead and jump into it. Last July, it seemed like everyone in the trucking industry was continuing down the day. It was countdown the days till December 18th, when the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration much anticipated and in some quarters dreaded the electronic login device mandate would go into effect. Speculations ran in every direction as to what the fallout would be. Would there be mass non-compliance? Would drivers be put out of service left and right? Would drivers leave the industry in droves, as some were threatening? Some wondered if the industry would be seriously hobbled. The FMCSA even decided to defuse the tension by downgrading the December 18, 2017 Day of Reckoning to a soft enforcement day on debut, holding off full enforcement until April 1st. Well, December 18th came and went, then April 1st. By most accounts, the Earth is still orbiting the sun, and trucks are still driving the goods. This July, there seems to be a race to analyze and measure and define the effects of the ELD mandate has had on the trucking industry in handfuls of weeks since its full implementation. For its part, the FMCSA has kept a pretty simple perspective on the ELD mandate post-rollout fallout. From their vantage point, things are looking pretty good. Compliance is high. The hours of service violations have dropped by more than half, according to the data compiled from the vehicle inspections nationwide. On June 22nd, the FMCSA began sharing the good news, launching a new page on its website dedicated to tracking hours of service violations before and after the implementation of the ELD mandate. The page titled Electronic Login Device Improve Safety Through Technology features a brief timeline that reminds the viewer of the significant dates of the past year of the ELD saga. It is mentioned in the timeline that since April 1st, there has been 559,940 inspections nationwide, with only 4,720 citations issued for drivers for operating without the required ELD or grandfathered. So jump to page 14. AORB, a compliance rate of 99.14%. The page main feature is a graph that shows the rates at which drivers have been cited for hours of service violations during the past year. It is color-coded to divide the year into three time periods. The led up to the ELD mandate, the period from the soft rollout to the soft rollout to the full rollout, and the 2+ months since the full rollout. The graph tracks a rate of total driver inspections from month to month, along with the percentage of drivers each month who were cited for at least one hours of service violation. The FMCSA spokesman Dune DeBrine explains the graph represents violations daily or weekly hours of service time limits, such as 14-hour daily total service rule, and does not include those cited for not having a required electronic recording device. The chart indicates a significant downward improvement over the past year in the numbers of hours of service citations issued. According to the chart, only 0.64% of the inspections conducted in May 2018 led to hours of service violations, a rate that is less than half of the 1.3% in It was in May 2017. Okay, the most notable spot on the graph marks a sharp, sudden decline of hours of service violations immediately as the ELD mandate went into the soft rollout phase in December, from 1.19% to 0.83% in the 1 month period. A second slow but steady drop also can be seen beginning in March, shortly before the full enforcement began, and continued to the present. While the graph appears to imply a direct relationship between the implementation of the ELD mandate and improved hours of service compliance, there is nothing to indicate whether that yields a measurable safety benefit yet. This detail was not lost on the own operated independent driver associations, the OIDA, spokeswoman Narita Taylor. OIDA has been and remains one of the industry's most adamant voices in opposing the mandatory electronic logging. If the purpose of the ELD mandate or any other regulation is to improve safety, then the true measure of the success should be reduced in truck-related crashes with proof of the relevant correlations. Taylor says. DeBryan said that while time is needed to analyze the data as it comes to draw conclusions as to the ELD mandate effect on safety, previous research has shown a link between fatigue driving and crash risk. The implication of being that the hours of service was designed to prevent fatigue driving. If more drivers are following the rules, it is a positive step. Taylor's argument is that the growing list of exemptions to the mandate granted by the FMCSA further proves that the mandate is not successful in improving safety. On the other hand, the end of the ELD debate, David Heller, Vice President of the Government Affairs for the Truckload Carrier Association, questions just how extensive the list of exemptions is or is becoming. He added that the statistics from the FMCSA represents a positive step that is a part of a process. The nearly universal use of the electronic logging provides the industry with an opportunity, Heller explains. The ELD are monitoring drivers' compliance and the hours of service rule. They are complying an enormous amount of data. It tells the story of the drivers' lives that were It tells the story of the drivers' lives that we've been telling for years. But now we have the data to support it, he says. Currently, everyone wants changes to the hours of service, he said. Getting the flexibility and the ability to stop that 14-hour clock would be fascinating. Combating the detention times would be fascinating. Now that we as an industry have incorporated this tool into the daily practice, let us use the data that's generated to create a better rule. Okay. Now, what do people expect was going to happen? I mean, seriously. Now, whether it was the soft rollout or the hard rollout and stuff, it was pretty clear and stuff that there was going to be, whatever exemptions and stuff was going to be out there was going to be out there and stuff, right? And so when you have this device and you're telling people and stuff, man, if you don't have it, then fines are going to be issued to you and stuff like that. And it's going to keep rising every time and stuff that you don't have the device in your truck. What do you expect people to do? When they've been doing this and stuff, as long as they've been doing this stuff, and then all of a sudden now, I ain't going to say all of a sudden, everyone knew that this mandate was coming. Everyone knew and stuff. And so, people was just pretty much talking a good game and stuff. But the reality is that everyone was just sitting back and waiting to see if there was going to be a new extension rolled out or whatever and stuff. And so if not, then, hey, I'm just going to have to get the device and stuff because there's no way I'm going to be giving up something that I'm good at. There were some people and stuff that left the industry and stuff. There were some people that left and came back. There were some people, that were saying that, It was going to be tough to make that transition, but it was just like how it was when they changed the hours of service back in 2004. It was a bunch of talk, but nobody really wanted to do anything and stuff. They thought that it was going to be some changes made, and it weren't no changes. So it's like, hey, look, we just going to have to adapt, which is what people are doing right now and stuff. They saying, well, the old IDA and stuff, but I mean, like I said, I don't particularly agree with that organization and stuff like that, but it is what it is. I mean, I don't see, I hear the changes and stuff like that, but the reality is that people are in compliance and stuff, man. You're seeing a real big significant change and stuff. The data shows that and stuff. And so, I mean, I don't see the FMCSA really doing anything of the matter when it got rolled out and people just said, yeah, we're going to go ahead and go into it and stuff. So, so there it is right there and stuff. This article right here and stuff, read it for yourself. It's in the Trucker newspaper on the July 15th to 31th edition. I also want to put up here the website they say that you can go to check out some of the data that was recorded, and that website is going to be FMCSA.gov regulations /enforcement /electronic logging device information graph. So it's up there, and you can just see, you can see the people and stuff that was in compliance and stuff from the time it got implemented to the soft rollout, the hard rollout, and then 2 months after. And just like the graph indicates and stuff, man, the numbers are going down, which means that people are being more in compliance. So I don't expect electronic logs and stuff to go anywhere and stuff. I mean, it's here to stay, and that's that. So anyway, information is up there on the page and stuff. If you want to go more into detail about it, feel free to hit me up. My contact information is up here on the page. Until next time, this your man right here, the one and only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster, telling you as always, continue to do your research, fact finding studies, honest on your skills every day. Until next time we talk, next time we meet, be safe, be easy, and peace out.